to go to Italy.
American Airlines Flight 50 service to London Heathrow International Airport.
We're going to Italy! Travel with me from Dallas to Italy. So on the day of the trip, I woke up in the morning to get a sunrise run in. I knew that I wouldn't be running for 10 more days, so I ran 3 miles before getting ready for the trip. I got home, charged all of my devices, watered my plant, and then I had to make a quick Target run because the earbud tips for my headphones fell off. I got these ones from the store, but they actually ended up not fitting, so one of my headphones was not able to be used. This is the outfit I wore on the plane, and all of my clothes and everything was packed in a single carry-on backpack and a personal item bag. Once I got to the airport, I found my family. We got a snack to eat before getting on the first leg of the flight. We had about 9 hours to get from Dallas to London. For dinner, we had pasta, and after that, I got some content edited, tried to take a nap. This was the last part of the flight. This was the longest flight that I've ever taken, so towards the end, I was really ready to get off. And then for breakfast, we got yogurt, granola, and a fig bar. Had to have my coffee, and then we finally landed in London. This is my first time ever in Europe, but we didn't have that much time for the layover, so we hopped on the next flight for British Airways, and this flight was only about 2 hours long. I started a new Colleen Hoover book, and I also took a quick nap, and then about 2 hours later, we finally landed. It took forever to get through customs, and then we finally got to Milan. I gotta get part of the vlog going. Oh, it's on me, not y'all. Just landed in London. Now we just made it to Milan. It took a while to get through customs, so we're waiting for the rest of my family to make it through. Then we're gonna get on the train and get the trip started. We made it to Milan. We're walking to our place with all of our suitcases. Jody, say hi to the vlog. We made it! Woo!
These are not here?
Yeah, they're there already. Walking with all these heavy bags, day one, and my shoulders hurt.
He come back harder.
We finally made it to our first place in Milan. It's a super cute apartment. We have a bed, TV, really high windows, and then here, another bed, high windows. Let's look at the bathroom. Ooh, the shower's nice.
I know.
Wait, we have a bidet? I've never used the bidet before. Is that the bidet or that?
That's the bidet.
So you sit on that one and then you go on that one. Sweaty, tired, and then here's the shower. We've been traveling for I think 24 hours or a day.
Yeah.
Planes, buses, Ubers, walking.
There's one light.
We made it, Sissy. After traveling for a whole day, as soon as we put our bags down, we got changed and headed over to the Duomo di Milano. This was our only day in Milan, so we had a couple of hours to make the most of it. This was the most amazing place ever. I can't even begin to explain how incredible it was to see all of this architecture and the detail. This was my first of many churches that I would be visiting and seeing in Italy. One thing to keep in mind is that you do have to be covered up whenever you enter these churches. So you guys saw that I was wearing a long skirt with a tube top, but when I went inside, I put a white cover up over. I always carried around a jacket or some type of button up if I knew I would be visiting a church, out of respect, and also just because they're not going to even let you enter if you have your shoulders showing. Walking up, I think like 18 stories. After traveling all day, I'm very tired.
Send help.
My legs are burning. Okay, I did not need to run this trip because I'm definitely gonna get the calories burned. Construction on this church began in 1386, and the final additions were added in the 1900s. It took over 600 years to build this, and they still have church services offered today.
Oh wait, oops, I didn't record. Got any games on your phone?
My mom is there.
Getting them some pastries.
Day 2 in Italy. We just woke up, we got ready, and we're gonna head to Venice today. And this is the window view from Milan apartment.
Do we have to do anything before we leave?
Just got to Venice. This is the hostel dorm that we're all staying in. So when you first walk in, sinks, mirrors. We have 1 toilet and then 2 showers. And then we have 9 different bunk beds. And underneath is where we keep our bags. Here's the view.
Man, before you get the room. Before you get the room. I got you. Right here, right here. Let's sit right here, lighting good. Alright, man.
How we gonna get your own?
What are you doing?
Getting a quick cut.
Oh, right. You don't need no haircut.
See it line up? Yeah, just line up right here. Let me taper it. Line up there.
In Venice, I stayed in my very first hostel. The Onda Venice hostel was honestly such a great experience. Before coming here, I think I had a really negative view of what hostels were like, but this was actually such a great experience. We had game areas, a computer room, a whole backyard patio that had a bar, and I was traveling in a group of 9, so me and my family had a private dorm room just to ourselves. When you walked in, we had 3 different mirrors, sinks, 2 showers, and 1 toilet. Each of us got our own bunk bed. There were plugs in each bunk, and you also had your storage underneath. This was such a great place to stay. It was only a 10-minute train ride to the island of Venice. We each paid about $35 each for 1 night, met a ton of great people, and also had a little hostel party. Definitely would recommend the Onda. After checking into our hostel, we took a train ride over to the actual island of Venice. It was only about 10 minutes, cost maybe $3, and this place was mine and I think all of my family's favorite place on the entire trip. I truly wish we could have spent at least 3 full days in Venice. This place was just indescribable. No cars, didn't see any bikes. Everybody is either walking or on boat. This place was so beautiful. I do want to come back here and spend multiple days here, and it was just truly a magical place like you see in the movies. The gondolas, the pasta, the wine, everything that you see in the movies was so unreal to see up front. We walked around for a couple of hours. We got lunch, of course had pasta, wine, gelato, all the good things, and I really did enjoy this day of the trip.
Walking through a tunnel.
Yeah, you gotta put it in. Yeah, so on 1, 2, 3, go in and go out. No, just go out. Just go out, yeah. 1, you gonna try to smile because you're in it. Why you always get 1, 2, 3.
2 minutes. Cheers. Okay, will you get it?
Cheers.
Cheers. Did you get it? Look at that.
This could just be an American or maybe a foreigner thing, but there is this stereotype or this notion that Italian people are kind of rude and not the most friendly. I will say that we did have a little bit of those experiences in other places, but the people in Venice were truly the nicest people ever. The locals were super friendly. We had the most amazing experience with our waiter, so Venice was definitely memorable, not only for what we did and the views, but also the people there were so nice and friendly to us.
Now we gonna get
You can't come to Venice and not ride a gondola.
Mia said she don't want to be on the side of the
Ooh, the lighting is this way. We're on a gondola.
No, Mia's by the good lighting.
Oh, look at this for you.
It's running pretty hard. Here, get one of us.
Però è stato io ti vedo. Sì.
At this point in the trip, we were on our third day in third city. Everything was moving super fast and I was starting to get kind of tired, but we would actually end up spending 2 days in Florence. So at this point, the trip was a little bit less hectic because we weren't moving cities every single day. The Airbnb that me and my cousin stayed in was so cool. It was from the 1300s. Such an old but super cool and historic building. The only downside was the front door was super hard to unlock and open. Our AC did not work the best, and we also did not have hot water, but honestly, a cold shower after walking around for 10 miles was not the worst thing in the world. The ceilings are also super low because people way back then were a lot shorter. But here's the view from our Airbnb. We were right in the mix of everything, and it was so nice to just wake up, hear the birds, the people walking, and I really did enjoy staying in this Airbnb. Florence, the lighting is lighting. We're good. Currently walking through Florence.
And it is on and popping, let me tell you.
This is the most, well, we've only been to 3 places, but so far this is the most crowded place. Super crowded everywhere. The streets are super narrow. There's cars coming by about to
Horse
hit you.
pooping in the road.
Dijon, my brother, is hating on my vlog. So we're walking to get them checked in. We just ate lunch, I guess lunch/dinner or lunch.
Drinks,
We each
6
had
euros.
2 limoncellos, 2 Aperol spritzes.
Can't deny it.
Lots. I think we're lost. Okay. Still on regular time. My phone's military.
You can text them.
Coming from Milan and Venice, Florence was definitely way more hectic and crazy. The crowds of people were insane. It was also starting to get a lot hotter. So working down Italy, we started from Milan, but the further south you go, the hotter it was getting. And of course, I'm from Texas. I'm used to 110-degree weather, but when you're walking around outside all day long and not every place has AC, the heat was definitely starting to get to me, so we were constantly buying bottles of water. But Florence was so cool. Despite all the crowds of people, this was the first place where we actually got to see a lot more statues and different types of architecture. I could have spent a whole week in Florence.
I poured the Pacific on mine. I took 2.
These all have pits in them. Be careful.
Oh, what, dollars? All right, now let's give this a go. There's a lot of meats on here. I'm gonna have to mix it with the bread. 1, 2, 3.
make sure you grab all those things before we leave the bus. And then we rely 100% on public transportation once we arrive at the national park. It means trains, Italian trains. Did you take already some trains?
Okay, I know I keep saying every place is my favorite, but actually, Cinque Terre was one of my favorite days of this entire trip. We took a guided tour, and honestly, without this, I'm not sure that we would have been able to navigate it on our own. We took a 2-hour bus ride from Napoli, then there were also multiple train rides and different ways to navigate between each of these 5 different towns. If you've seen the movie Luca, it's based on a fictional town that is supposed to be from one of these 5 different places. This was so cool, and I just cannot believe that people actually live like this. When you're traveling and you're just taking in the environment, I cannot fathom that this is some people's everyday lives. Such a beautiful place.
It's a 5 minutes walk to visit all the town, but it will take you 10 if you walk like this. So it's literally impossible to get lost out here. But one thing that may happen is losing track of time, because of course it is beautiful. Now, all the
Oh, you can walk down there.
We would have never found this spot. and some.
Yeah, I asked him and he served all these 90 people.
Are those what is that?
Where'd everybody go? It tastes like bottled water. I'm sorry.
Grazie. Thank you.
Massimo, lo confermo che sono un po' libero.
Possono te lo so dire? Oh, scusa, è
Non mi
chiamato.
interessa, voglio solo sapere se c'è il Cuba libero.
Sì, sì, c'è un cubo da fare.
Everyone's got a scoop.
Oh, I don't want to drop my drink.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, pull out.
Woo!
Why don't we go down where those umbrellas are?
Wait, Brie, are you keeping your shoes? Are y'all keeping your shoes on?
Yeah, I'm keeping my shoes on.
You can't walk over there. You can't walk.
There's the fourth one. Like I say, that one was is. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Say hi.
Hey!
Last day in Florence, I woke up early and came out here by myself just to get some last pictures of all the different monuments before we left. It's so much more peaceful during the day when there's not tons of crowds and the weather's a lot cooler. currently in Florence, Italy, gonna try some European hair care. Swam in the Mediterranean yesterday, did not wash or detangle my hair. This is the view, doing my hair in front of this window. At this point in the trip, my hair was so tangled and matted. Now, I severely overpacked, and at the airport when I had to go through customs in London, I had to throw away lots of my hair products that I brought, like shampoo, conditioner, leave-in conditioner, and so after swimming, I knew that my hair desperately needed to be done. I walked around to a local pharmacy, which is what they call like their stores that pretty much have everything from skincare, hair care to medicine. And I got this conditioner. It cost 18 euros, so it was kind of expensive. And I also just wanted to try some European or Italian hair products. This one was specifically for dry hair. It wasn't made for curls, but it did do a pretty good job at working through my hair. Now, the only problem is that it took a lot longer than I thought. I ended up spending almost an hour detangling and only made it halfway through my hair. We had to check out and we had to make a train to get to the next city, so I ended up having to leave with my hair half detangled. But having curly hair on a trip definitely can be a struggle sometimes. Another city, another bag lugging. We're on day 5 of the trip. We just got to Rome. We're all staying in the same Airbnb. This is me and Jordan's room. This is our view from our window, and then we have 3 different rooms, 2 or 3 bathrooms. And then there's also a little kitchenette area on the other side, or the other 2 rooms. From the day that we booked this trip about 8 months ago, I was the most excited about Rome. Growing up, I watched the Lizzie McGuire movie, and this place just did not seem real to me. Literally the entire way on the trip, and I think every single day leading up to Rome, I was annoyingly singing, "Hey now, hey now, this is what dreams are made of." If you know, you know. Don't judge my singing voice, but I was so excited to see this historic city, and definitely was one of my faves behind Venice.
Press the number that you wanted to talk to.
I am not religious, but I was baptized Catholic, and going through the Vatican was just such a crazy experience. And even though I am not super religious and don't practice Catholicism, seeing all of these things and just knowing that I was entering and walking through one of the most holiest places in the world was such a crazy feeling. I have lots of family members who are Catholic, and I just was so excited to share all of these photos and videos with them. I also ended up buying a rosary later for my grandma. I truly cannot describe how crazy all of this architecture was, and just to think about the people who built this without the tools and technology that we have today is just mind-blowing.
the pixels, but the actual board itself. You get a picture of us?
Yeah, here, free. Sure.
The light is bright. Made it to the Trevi Fountain. Okay, we came back to take more pictures. It is 10 o'clock now and it's a little bit more crowded. One thing about Rome, you will start sweating as soon as you step outside immediately. I'm gonna do
On my breath. Going up too. She's on her run.
Just got back from walking around Rome. I got a couple of rosaries for my mom, sister, and grandma. Finally got a little body wash because I've been throwing mine away at the airport and I've been using my cousin's the entire time. And then we also went to Zara. And even though I overpacked, I bought a couple of small tops so I can just get stuffed in my bag. So I got a white one. This black one was only €2. And then one more top. That's the same as the white one but different style. It's super hot outside, so I'm probably going to take a shower and change, and then we're going to figure out what else is going on today. I want to see the Colosseum and probably go back to the Trevi Fountain later at nighttime, so I'm going to charge all my things, also reorganize my bag, and today's our second last day in Rome. Also, this is what my hair looks like after using the conditioner that I bought in Italy mixed in with my own gel, and it actually came out really soft and defined, but I have to hurry up and use the whole bottle before going back because it's too big to take through the airport.
Do what?
I'm at the Colosseum. Rome had endless sights to see, and on the second day in Rome, I actually walked around by myself for a couple of hours. I loved traveling with my family, but if you guys know, I also like doing things on my own, and I wanted to just spend a couple of hours wandering around. I had no destination, no idea where I was going. I was just randomly walking around and stumbled across museums, churches, statues, so much history in Rome, and there's so many things that I didn't even have time to see. Let me just say that I truly felt so safe walking around by myself, and I don't always feel the same thing even here in the United States. After this experience, I definitely would feel comfortable traveling to Italy or traveling to Rome by myself, so this is on my bucket list to return as a solo traveler.
I nap my hair up. I got a nap right here.
You don't need it.
This nap.
Not me. Bijan's when he does.
You've never
A little breeze.
Like lights up and it shines bright. I was the electricity bill.
made it to Napoli. We have two balconies.
If I plug it up, a light comes out of it.
Yeah, I got a big TV.
So I put
Second room.
that light so I can put the dial over it. Oh, yeah.
And then the second bathroom shower is over here. We're about to go to the beach. At least we have really big windows. The sunlight is immaculate in here. And they get the view from the other one.
I saw that toilet.
They have the street parties out here.
They just got the toilet stacked up.
They just have the water hose running.
They just, man,
Running through it.
guess they just play on top of the rooftop.
In Napoli.
Want me to get a pic of you?
Snack, 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 snack.
Today I have a headache.
Last minute before getting there. You think about the ride costs 50 euro. It's 40 minutes more or less. Normally leaves more or less. So, in a few meters, family. So you see the Vesuvius now is on our right hand side, and look all these olive trees up there on our left hand side. You see that down to the olive trees there, here the nets are like sausages. They are collected like sausages, huh?
It's also early in the morning too.
Nice, the air, the big air, the ears, the nose, huh? Or maybe like Trump.
Oh yeah, it looks like a face.
Huh? I told you, the geographic name is Punta Parsano. Huh? Then according to your fantasy, you can choose your most family name you like. For us, for example, we call it Garibaldi, huh? Because the Italian hero Garibaldi was used to have this beer on his chain, and the cap was a soldier. Huh?
Very, very cheap with Amalfi Coast. Cheaper price. Yeah, it'll be cheaper price with Amalfi Coast. Wow. Very cheap.
Now that we are collecting all these nets down there, and to collect the olives directly from the nets. Think about in the past, the trees were shaken manually. You see the nets collected up here.
Right now? Usually me, you get married.
Yo voy a buscar la bolsa.
Back there. All right.
Oh, margarita pizza.
What it do? It feels good.
Dijon.
last stop is Ravello on the Amalfi Coast. We're gonna go look for the wine.
You knocked out, boy.
It's like a water, like a little fountain. A little jar. This is probably like a kitchen, what you think? Looks like a temple. This is probably like the main town square. That's the mountain, Mount Vesuvius, that erupted on Pompeii.
When they left, you know, the side. But if you look on the right over the stairs, can you see on the top of the Ionic column?
The ancient ruins of Pompeii were so cool to see, but our group was pretty tired and exhausted after 10 days of going non-stop, walking 10 miles a day, barely getting any sleep and being out in the sun. I do wish we could have seen this earlier on in the trip, but the way that we are traveling from north to south, this was the only day that really made sense. The only thing that I did not get to see that I really wanted to see was the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but besides that, I feel like we were able to get a lot in a short amount of time. Today's my last day. I'm going home from Italy in a couple of hours. This was the most amazing trip. Definitely gonna come back to Italy and back to Europe. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this vlog. I will catch you in the next one. Ciao!